Morning, guys. What I've got here, I've got the machine shops making me a collar for my 1-inch piece, one inch rod for my coupling all of the 18-inch rotors with magnets and coils, all that crap together. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to build a vibrator, and it uses a 1.5 volt relay. Contacts normally closed, and so the energy goes from the 1.5 volt battery. It'll go into one of these primaries. The back EMF will be negative. That will be flowed into the second primary. And I can determine which way I want the polarity to go to get the magnetic fields here to interact and to get the most of the output. I've got about 4 inches of secondary turns. I don't know how many turns there are, but I made them exactly the same length. And there's about 10 turns on the primary, and I've got it so I can short out some of it. I can just strip this off and short them out when I see what gives me the best results. Caps will be used here, and then on each of the primaries for resonance. The center tap can go to system ground or earth ground, and the output of this will produce high voltage DC to a cap, through a bridge to a cap, and then that'll be impulsed into a step down transformer, which will actually reduce the 2000 or whatever comes out of this thing down to whatever I need for the to keep the nicad battery recharged. Or I can actually use some of my caps that are 500 farads. I could use one of those, which is 2.7 volts. So anyway, I got the coil structure done. I gotta order the little tiny relays, because I probably will burn up a couple of them. But anyway, so I'm going to use a resistor in series with the relay, and as a current limiter into these coils. So I want a minimal amount of energy coming out of the battery, so I can actually make this thing self-loop it, self-run it with a minimal amount of energy, and then maybe build it. If that does work, then we'll go with a bigger one, and we'll kick it up to 4,000, 10,000 volts, whatever, and see what we can get out of it. And I've got the primary here. I can actually slide the primary back and forth between these two secondaries, and the reason for that is the Russians stated that you can, if you move the primary coil to the right, it'll give you more current, less voltage, and the primary going to the left will give you more voltage, less current. So anyway, that's where we are. One is this is clockwise wound. This secondary over here is counterclockwise, and the two primaries are wound in the same direction, but I've got individual connections here for each, so I can flip them around to get the fields that I want. And the diodes, so I'm only going to drive this one primary from the battery. The back EMF through a cathode will be going into this coil, either this connector or this, and see how that reacts with the secondary output. And then when that field collapses from this back EMF, then its positive back EMF will go back to this first primary to assist in that. So, and caps will be here and here and here and here for resonating everything. And that's it. Have a good day.